Hey, Damien here, and this may be considered blasphemy or satanic, some stuff like that. Um, not highly intelligent or overly confident. Actually, really antisocial and an introvert, but it's just something I believe. Well, I mean, beliefs are like opinions. They're what we think, possibly feel, but don't. You know, believing something isn't quite as confirmed as knowing, like facts. But I don't know. Kind of faith is probably determined more facts than science, but this is about faith, really. Uh, the one thing, like emphasis on one. Like what would you say? The collection of all the souls, spiritual energy or matter of different and many people, like us all being connected. Sure, that's true. God is the connection, love is the connection, and I guess or that 97.8 or 98.7% of our blood relation is the connection. And well, some people, mainly religious people, this might sound sacrilegious, but this is just something, this is my own personal opinion or whatever, it's my own belief. So they believe that we're all connected through one, that in the end will return to one, as in like one giant meshed form, like an infrastructure of spirit. I don't know if it goes for mind, body, and soul, but God created us as individuals for a reason, you know? So, I mean, it's simple, right? God didn't say to each our own for no reason. Like, when we die, we become as God, just like God. In a sense, you could say we become God as God is, but with our own forms as we are now, but godly perfection. You know, like the Christians believe we're going to be raptured and we're going to go to heaven, which, yeah, we will have our own personal heavens, paradise, to each our own. It's like the golden rule that applies to every single person. Every man will have his own woman, every woman her own man, and they could have a child, but the children will grow up and have their own as well. The one thing is like being each person being half God and half devil, but not half and half. Instead, a combination of the two, which is one, which is balance, yin and yang, light and dark, only combined, like say shades of gray or yin yang, peace, and you know, just I mean that's the one thing is an aspect of life. Like so many people could be connected mentally and spiritually, like they go to church and worship and preach and partake in those activities together. So they could be acting as one, like a unit, a team, which is all good and fine. But in the end, specifically and particularly after death, we will be one of our own as we are now, but with all that God can give us. Like when Jesus sacrificed himself, his spirit went into not yeah, whatever his physical form and stuff. He went to heaven, ascension, but he really passed a piece of his spirit on into everyone. And how we became forgiven of our sins is Jesus put a piece of himself within each of us so that we may have everlasting life. So that's how we are, like Jesus was one. And so the rest of us were all conflicted, or everyone who was around then were half and half, and therefore conflicted, didn't know what they did or knew not what they did, you know. Some people these days might still act that way, but they know. They might pretend. It just really they're holding themselves back and limiting themselves. Limitation is not something you should put on yourself at all, ever. So, yeah. Yeah, you like how that darkness is covering my left eye there, and my right eye is all, God's eye, devil's eye, and mind's eye, one, whatever, pineal gland stuff, mental awakening leading to spiritual awakening, leading to total awakening. If you watch Sadhguru and you learn about Chitta, or Chitta, Chita, I think, or you could just look that up on Google, find out what that's about, talking about how everything that's physical, everything we see and perceive and understand as being either less than 1% or up to 1% of what actually really is in the whole cosmic arbitorium existence, all of existence. So I'm not really a simple kind of person. Leonard Skinner style, but not nearly as manlified. Yeah, if the message was gotten across, hope so. That's all I had to say about that. Words of Forrest Gump. Peace.